of consuming fruits and vegetables. If you have it more in your diet, you tend to be more healthier. And I think I've seen some people in this hall refusing to eat because maybe they've been taking a lot of fruits and vegetables. Am I lying? I've seen a number of people here, they refuse to change. Echo, can you point at one or two? No, that's not it. I know you will start pointing fingers at you. You know that. So, bottom line is that, look, Nigeria is depending on this your institution as far as these fruits and vegetables are concerned. I'm happy we have restored back the seed planning system, where the Research Institute, the National Agricultural Seed Council, and all the producers of seed in the ecosystem will have meetings to set the target. What is the total volume of tomato we expect in the country? As researchers, this is what you need to begin to bring out to us. And at any rate, I don't know whether, I think you submitted, I requested for a list of your data analysts, didn't you? And I think you sent some people. All right, we're going to look into that. Because one of the worrisome aspects also is that we are poor on data. Yet a lot of activities are happening. So we want to consciously put in place a framework that will allow us to begin to aggregate agricultural data that will give us insight into what will happen. As we speak, for example, this institution should have been at the top of the game with one touch of the button to tell us what's our total demand for mango, what's our total demand for banana, and all these commodities. Where are they produced? You should be able to tell us this, the ecosystem where this production is taking place for each and every one of these commodities. That is the kind of things we want to start doing. That is a missed opportunity, and we believe if we are getting this information, then investors will find it much more easier to want to relate with you, to want to work with you. And at any rate, you have a crop of brilliant scientists, very wonderful scientists. It might interest some of you to remember that I recall there is a book talking about African forgotten, horticultural products or something like that. And by the time I was going through, the number of researchers for this institute in the old was amazing. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Dr. Egwagi was one of those very sound scientists whose work was cited in that publication. And a number of other people, I can't remember the name fully, but I did remember Dr. Egwagi. And what that meant is that we are not lacking anything. We only lack one thing. Us agreeing and believing in ourselves. So the message here is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is saying, please believe in yourself and believe in Nigeria. Because renewed hope is here. And we have to work together to take that renewed hope to the streets of Nigeria. Let the man who is on the street, when he's feeding, have a thinking that, this thing I'm eating, this thing came from somewhere. Where is that place? If they trace it, they will see your hand. That is possible. That is what it should be. Because you put them beautifully on the posters. I don't think it's for decoration. It is meant for you to say, look, you can pick any one of these things and achieve your livelihood support from it. So, Director, I'm out here, but my charge to you is that please, I want, who is the Director of Research? Who is the Director of Research? Well, I think you used to have, I don't know whether you know that, somebody is supposed to serve as the coordinator. All right, so the charge here is that please, for each of these commodities, we want you to begin to think about the data around them. let's not be rudderless. Data is supposed to be our guide in terms of showing us the direction we should go. But the three commodities I would like you to put in the forefront corner because of their importance to national food security is onion, tomato, and pepper. I'm not saying the others are not important, they are. But these three, and you do without them. Maybe the ladies in the room can tell us the truth. Yeah? Is it possible? I mean, only pepper you will just put pepper, no tomato, no onion. Or you will remove onion, put pepper, put onion, remove tomato, and remove pepper. Is it possible? So, we believe this your institute is supposed to be the institute that is in every pot. Every single pot of soup, when you are cooking it, Nihort is supposed to be inside. Are you ready to take that challenge?
Yes, sir.
That's exactly what we want to see happening. So let's see what we can do to support more tomato production. A lot is happening in the West African coast, and I've checked. So many new technologies are being introduced. Young Nigerians are being promoted and supported, and we need to take that challenge. In some other West African countries, I've seen where they are promoting all of these things, and young members of those countries are being supported. We can do the same for Nigeria. I know there are quite a number of Nigerians who are taking the challenge through simple technology, greenhouse. As an institute, for example, you should think about collaborators on how you can domesticate with more local content on greenhouse. Because if you say greenhouse of 2 million, how many farmers can afford it? But the principle is known. It's controlled environment, isn't it? It's controlled environment agriculture. So you can look for other local materials that you should start testing and ensure that in the long run you are able to come up with something within the context of more local content from Nigeria. Some countries are doing it, so we need to do the same. And I think the Minister of Agriculture shared something similar with you, okay, with respect to onion, for example. So let's think about that. And because you are the center of innovation, what does it mean? Look for partners who you can bring your technology and together let them bring one or two resources. Even time is a resource. But get people who you can use to test run some of these things. And like we are always wanting to say, let it be that when they come around Ibadan, they can see entrepreneurs who are dealing with some of these commodities that are doing it here. Then they become your first kit, isn't it? Like I'm here now, you say, hey, let's go to one of our shining stars. We'll go and see what the person is doing. That is the kind of things we want to see over time. Because it is when you do that, that you are bringing inclusivity as the president will want to see in his renewed hope agenda. So let me stop at this. I'm more than happy to be back here again. I've been here several times. It's my pleasure to be here, knowing that we still have scientists who have reached their peak, who are doing wonders. And at least it's not going to be a Nihort of more productive, innovative solutions. Right? Not to buy our economy to come and solve crisis. Thank you very much. And I always believe in you guys. Even when there was crisis, it was because there was a justifiable reason for it. And I think when we came here, we were able to resolve that to the glory of God. And everybody went back to work. So thank you very much. And with respect to the land, let me also remember to say this. You are sitting on a very large expanse of land. The period of redundancy is gone. So when you come to program, please look inward first. Look inward. Develop things that are here and showcase. And I think I've told the director that it's wrong for us to have large pools of land, we're sitting on it, instead of turning it into production sites where we can create. And remember, the new ALCN Act empowers you to have spin-off companies. So you should develop a spin-off company that will complement whatever you are doing, or to showcase the technology that you have. You already have the land. It's one of the resources for any productive venture, isn't it? If you are to buy it, how much will you go and buy it? So it's a premium position you are having. So please, you guys should go back, your IMC should go back and think about this. And in line with the provisions of the ALCN Act, which is now the Establishment Act, go to that provision where you are expected to take in your technology commercialization process, and then find a way to commercialize some of these things right in here, and even some of your outstations. It's allowed, but you need to be transparent about it, so that way you'll be contributing. In terms of seed production, for example, people should come here to get the best seed. So the opportunities are there, and I want all of you to take it up, because remember, while you are working, if you are part of a team that is already commercializing something, all the experience, by the time you are going, there won't be a computer where they will force your head to download what you know. You are going home with it again. So when you go home to your own corner, you go there also and go and practice it and add value to your neighborhood while you are retiring. But the way it's being done now, with nothing productive here, then when you want to retire, remain 2 years, you start saying, I want to go into banana production, I want to go into this. And then you go and feel woefully. I don't know how to some people. I won't mention names, so. Because I know them. Yes. I know them. I was on the pension board of many of the institutes. And we are providing training for those people who want to retire then. And they will tell you this is what they want to go and do. You know, that's what they are supposed to have been doing all their life. And when they say go and start, 1 year after, they will come back and start crying. So let's do justice to ourselves. I believe we can do it. Yes, sir. And I want to thank you very warmly also for the very warm reception you accorded me and my team since we arrived both in Lagos and here in particular. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Thank you. Round of applause for the Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. I think Honorable Minister has summarized the whole thing. So I just want to bring it to the notice of the Honorable Minister that on the 15th of this month, now to release 2 varieties of varieties. Bacteria wheat and also another 2 varieties of aromatic vegetables, which are also from high usage. And moving forward, by December this year, we still have some items to release. They are in the pipeline, and if time permits us, some of them will be on the field now.
Sorry, you said something forward.
Yes, sir. Okay. Sorry. Yes, sir. I said on the 15th of this month, just exactly a week ago, sir, we released 4 varieties of different products. 2 varieties of potato, which are high yielding, and they are resistant to bacteria wheat, which have been devastating a lot of farms in the time past. And also 2 varieties of pepper, first ever registered pepper in the history of time. Now I've never registered or released any varieties.
So that's true.
Varietal Resistance Committee, we are there on the 15th of this month. Yes, and approved. It's already released and registered.
Yes, it's
My letter is on our letter is on the way to you, sir, for 6 months.
All right.
just as you advise us and make it compulsory or mandatory for us last year when you had meeting with all the executive director and provost, that we should have a budget line for seat multiplication. I want to tell you that with your approval, we have almost 40 million naira this year for seat multiplication process. It's an economic budget. So we're just waiting for implementation of the budget. And secondly, sir, the Honorable Minister, sir, you directed us last year to proceed on foundation and leadership production. Now is one of the two research institutes in this country that comply and tested fully, sir. I believe we have the GRU unit, we have the seat pilot. Dr. Alex, I think you are set. We'll go to GRU unit, all the seats are kept today with very safe and viability conditions. So we are still waiting for directive, so we're waiting to your office on how to go about the seats. And moving forward, sir, later this year, we are meant to release heat tolerant tomato resistant, they anchored by some of our researchers here, headed by Dr. Between, and they are all in the feed evaluation stages now, and ANGRAM is coming to capability. Also, we have to release Guiding Head, and also Guiding Head will be the first time now to release Guiding Head in the history of health as well. And also, we are collaborating with ITA to release and register plantain banana. That one is also at the top here.
Is it a papa?
Yes, but we are tagging it Olokun Richele. And Doctors, what is the third name? We are trying to release 3 varieties. And I don't know, the Olokun Richele and the third one. So in conjunction with my...
Sorry, just to make it interactive, please, let's understand one thing. When you are releasing names, try to look for a name that will be, I don't want to use that S1, but something sweet, something that is attractive. Because remember, you want consumers to want it. Farmers don't go for what consumers don't want. When you go to market here, women, I know, when you go, you know what you are looking for. You don't see, you won't even listen to the man who is selling it. You don't want to hear anything, you know what you want. So I think that also comes from reading. Reading objective is usually looking at the market, the end use. At any rate, now we are no longer doing the kind of research where it is just based on your physical thinking. It's about demand driven. It should be something that the market is demanding, because the moment you do that, all roads will lead to your place, because the market wants it. So I think that is something you should please put at the back of your mind also. So that at the end of the day, you come up with something that everybody will want. I'm sure when you hear the names of some varieties, even you will say, I want to test that thing. You know?
Thank you, sir. That's why we make it standard. Whatever that is coming out of now will be 40, like 40 tomatoes, 40 ton 1, we'll have it up to 5 now. 2022 will list up to 1, 2, 3. Now by 2025 we'll list up to 4, 5. Except we started 40 ton, 40 pet 1, 40 pet 2. So when getting head comes, the 40 card 1, 40 pet 2. So 40 is always there. Then the other is can follow. We'll be doing that. On the onions, to run it up with the onion, you gave the directive and we took into action. We have released this April, but our breeder that is in charge, this who in Kano was not able to complete the write-offs, so we are putting it for November. Everything is set. NAGRAB are going to investigate and they find it faulty. You'll be given the pass mark. We're just waiting for November to get to the fee. And also on the seed multiplication, we have 2.5 hectares of onion in Badauda. It's not yet, because what we have presently in Nihort now is the one that has fruits, not dry season. So because onion has to either be wet season or dry season, so we have already finished the work on the dry season, and moving forward, we have started work on the wet season. So I can assure you that the Honorable Minister, sir, before the wet year comes out, we are going to release the variety for the onion, and by June, July this year, we'll come to your office with the seed for onion that works 2.5 hectares. So, yes, moving forward, sir, you find it easy, sir, to visit about technology. It's their place. In our tissue culture, we are mass producing 2 or 3 varieties of pineapple. They are there, you have to go to see when you go there. We have LB2 and sugar loaf and the popular one, which is smoked candy. We are targeting to have 150,000 of each of the varieties. Later in the year, we're going to call you back, sir, so that we can give it to some of the youths that are really fun. We also have targets to have the plantain banana in our regard for seed multiplication and also using CRISPR. I think Dr. Kindu is doing a lot of work in that place. When you get there, you're going to see that the CRISPR is just a precision breeding process right from the lab to the field. I think they are doing a lot of work there. Have some facilities. On the Twitter, sir, with your permission, even before now, Nihort has made a significant name of IBM, which we have Twitter 3 and biopesticide. I wouldn't know, 2 years ago, when the Twitter broke out, we mobilized, we moved them to Kano, and ironically, we didn't see anyone to ask for it. After running jingles consecutively for 3 months in radio, nobody, so we have to repatriate all the people to handle that time. So this year, if you give us directive, we are still going to go ahead to do that. But more significantly, because what we learn, maybe farmers are used to certain type of agronomic practices. We've constituted a team now that is going to come up with a seed that will be tolerant to 2,000. It's long overdue. Now we have gotten a seed that will be highly resistant to 2,000. And we are coming up with a team of breeders because in the recent time we have a lot of breeders coming in. We have more than 13 breeders in Nihort now. Breeders and the crop protectionists, they will come together and then go to work. It can take 2-3 years to remove everything. It's also in that direction also common problem of pepper, which is heavy. Also, another team has come up which is going to be led by Dr. Chris. He's one of the breeders that released these 2 varieties of pepper just last week. He's an expert on pepper. So he's going to lead the team. We're going to come out with the pepper variety that is highly resistant to aphids and all the next anthrax, to put it short. And finally, a pathologist is working on that pet epidemic regarding that, not on the seed, because we are trying to approach this, Honorable Minister, sir, in all fronts, medium time and long time. The medium time is to use the epidemic, and then the long time is to have a seed resistance, seed varieties that are resistant to that particular thing. So we are not sitting on our horse. We are working as you are directing us, and I assure you, with the high class research scientists seated, we are going to do more. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I have something very reflective, but I also still want to say 1 or 2 things. Thank you very much for what you said about the fact that you want to bring, you are already researching on developing a variety that is resistant to Tuta absoluta. So I think Nigerians should hear this from Nihort. What is this your location? So, Ibadan. So, the border. Ibadan. All right. So, what is important for me, I think right now, and the media are here, and I want to say it without fear of any contradiction. The executive director here has told me in no mistaken terms that Nihort is working to develop a variety of tomato that is resistant to Tuta absoluta. So, this is why we left the offices to come to the field, so that the renewed hope of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu can be delivered in every corner of this country. The concern being raised by the media about this devastating, virus, Is it a pest? Okay. Now, it's a pest and it does quite some damage to tomato farms. It's not beyond reproach, and the scientists here, with a collection of 30 leaders, we said, this is remarkable, because I knew at one time there were only 2 or 3, with my sister here receiving the head knock of everyone's situation. Now, where is that your breeder, that little guy? My brother, I've been on this ground for a long time. You know who has been a breeder or not. So, what I want to say is that I'm very happy to hear this, and I'm sure this should be good news to Mr. President, that our institutes are responsive to the challenges of our national agricultural production system. And while I know breeding programs take cycles, but you are sensitive to the fact that this should be as soon as possible. I know it's not something you enter and come out. It is something you need to technically take care of, and to just not say this is the solution, but to be certain, based on multi-locational trials, that truly this thing works, and I know you can do it. So I will look forward to it. We, the ministry, along with my brother, distinguished Senator CON, we are indeed grateful for this news, and we are looking forward to when you will come to tell us we have finally found a solution for Tuta absoluta in Nigeria. Nigerian farmers deserve to have this, because like we all know, Nigeria is a very interesting country. We are full of festivals, we are full of ceremonies, and in all of this, tomato. So that's why I said Nihort is in every pot. Maybe you guys should check, when they say Nihort, we're in every pot. That should be a safe slogan. That way, when you remember, then you should also remember that if that pot is not receiving good news, all of you will be in trouble. So if you do well to work very hard to make sure that every single pot gets the goodies they are supposed to get at the right price. When the man throws the little coins he's having, and expect that when he comes back in the evening there will be some soup, let it be that too. When the woman goes to the market, she can get something to come back, and that soup will be there, and then they will say, yes, Nihort is in every pot. So I wish you all the best. And I think this is very, very important news, because I know it's disturbing. And then as for the onion, maybe we'll go to the field now to see all the other things you are doing in terms of seed production. Thank you very much.
Thank you, flowers, and we move to the lab. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let's give another round of applause.
Honourable Minister, sir, permit me to bring up our Executive Director to do the presentation. It's a sign of love and appreciation of your presence in our midst today. Sir, please come on. We have flowers from the Culture Program of the Institute.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. One more.
Yes, we also have the Institute souvenir
So,
to present to the
don't worry, I have
Honourable Minister, sir.
You can come through for the souvenir. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
This is from the the maker of the Tuta 3 and biopesticide that is now used for Tuta Absoluta, that's the IPM solution. And also the program or the department is also working together with other leaders to come up with this Tuta Absoluta resistance chemistry. So we are asked to present this brochure to you. It's a simple of a pet that has been captured.
All right. This is how we are going to capture the All right, so come on, put it for me. All right, who's going to put it? You, sir. All right. This one. No. I'll do that later. Let me have it. All right, you know why I refuse to release this? You know why? Because today, floriculture is multi-billion business. And I see this as another layer of opportunity that will go into the 1 trillion economy that our president has envisioned for Nigeria. What did they say? A symbol of love. Nigeria needs plenty of love. So let's encourage our citizens to know that flower has a lot to offer in our social media. And you know, the funny thing is, what I read about flowers is that if you have too much anger, you can't grow flowers. But if you decide you want to, then the flower will teach you how to calm down. And over time, growing flower can make you to become less angrier. So you can see it's a very powerful opportunity. It has both economic benefit, it has social benefit, it has cultural benefit. It's not those days when, you know, in the story of love, you say Nigeria women will say, now flower go chop. Well, flower has its benefit, and I think floriculture has come to stay. A number of people, go and Google and see, top 10 products from the agricultural sector that are attracting export money. Cut flower is part of it. And this is what I'm holding here. So take opportunity, you can grow this in your house. Isn't it? So, please, I know your floriculture program, I've always challenged you many times. I even forgot that you guys have taken it seriously now. So, if you are doing very well, please keep doing very well. But please, let Nigerians take the business. Cut flower is big business. Okay? So, thank you very much, and I appreciate it. So, this is with love from Nihort.
Distinguished Nihort family, please another warm round of applause for the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, State, Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Dr. Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi. And for that Nihort, round of applause for him, please. Thank you so very much. Thank you, sir. We can say Daddy, welcome home. It's good to have you here. Dismissed. Thank you for all the entourage. Right away, we will be moving to the Biotechnology Center, and we would like each and every one of us to please rise as soon as the Honorable Minister finishes signing the Nihort Visitors Book. then we will proceed to the biotechnology center.
Thank you for yourself. Are you happy? Are you the minister?
I don't want to strike.
Oh my gosh.